was wondering when I would get to see you. The infamous Bright Blade of Losoria. Tell me, are you excited to see me in your torture chamber? Do you enjoy having me bound and tied, down on my knees before you? Nothing to say. What? You're not gonna brag? Not gonna gloat? Still not talking, huh? How rude. What? Am I not worthy of your voice? Ah, so you do speak. What a shock. Here I was beginning to think I'd be tortured using the silent treatment. So your wit hasn't dulled any, I see. But no, I wouldn't have called that begging to hear you speak. Rather, I need you to communicate with me so we can hurry this process along, and I can be free of your presence once again. Yes, I'm well aware that I'm captured and not escaping anytime soon, but dealing with you is a brutal type of torture on its own, so I'd like you to leave me alone as soon as possible. What a shame. I'd hate for you to be around too long. It's such a pain. Oh, what are you reaching for there? Did you bring me a gift? How sweet of you. Is that ale? I didn't think you're the type of scum to drink on the job. What would your beloved sovereign think of such a brutish act, I wonder? Mead, then, if not ale. My question still stands. Well, if it's not some sort of alcohol, then what is it? A truth potion. Well, I assume you plan on making me drink that ridiculous... Well, would you look at that? Never would have thought you learned to play dirty. But here we are. I'd almost be proud if the circumstances were different. I can't say I'm not flattered that you think so highly of my strength that physical torture seems too weak. But given the situation, I think I'm not as flattered as I should be. Well, then I suppose I should ask, how long until this potion takes effect? I should think that the effects aren't immediate. Only a minute, then? And with a compulsion charm? Hells, you must have a powerful mage behind it, then. I hear these usually only begin to work after an hour or so. Ah, I see your mind's as sharp as ever. As much as I hate to admit it. Oh? Wipe that grin off your face. You have no reason to look so smug. You've known my admiration for your mind even before we went our separate ways. Don't flatter yourself too much. Just because I admire your wit doesn't mean I have anything else to admire you for. Of course I don't. How could I possibly admire you as a whole when I despise you for more than I praise you? Gods, I hate you. There are no words in any language, from now until the end of time, that would explain how much I hate... Seems I've said enough. There's no need for me to continue about... emotions. After all, that's not why you're here, I'm sure. But that brings about the question about what you are here for, I'm sure you've come to interrogate me about something. So what is it? Well, if you're not sure it's working, why don't you ask me a few questions to see if I answer truthfully? Yeah, I suppose I could answer truthfully on my own to pretend that it was working. But if that's the case, you could just ask me questions that I wouldn't want to answer truthfully. The better swordsman between the two of us? Well, that's obviously gonna be me. Fine. It's you. You're the better swordsman. Irrational fears? You of all people should know that I don't... Alright. Fine. I have a fear of mirrors being able to watch me. But you already knew that. There's no need to bring it up again if you already knew. So... you're asking me to tell you... who the first person that I told you that I loved was? If that's the case, the first person who I ever told you that I loved was a blacksmith's apprentice. It was a long time ago. I think I'd only joined the Waywards a few months prior, and we were passing through a village on the way to a bigger kingdom that had hired us. I remember thinking how beautiful they looked when the fire's glow illuminated them, and that was when I spoke of them to you that night. That was the first person that I ever told you that I loved. Well, it's not like I can lie. The potion works, as much as I loathe to say so. Fine then. Let's get on with it. I want to be done with whatever business you have of me. No, I wasn't planning on attacking your kingdom. The only reason I was passing near the border of Losoria was because I was attempting to travel to the Crovan Empire. There'd been a marriage, and I was going to offer my well wishes to them. I also had plans to offer trade negotiation, and that would ease the strain in our kingdom as winter approaches. I offered the same deal to your sovereign as well, and I decided to take a path closer to Losoria to see if they're going to meet me near the kingdom's edge as I suggested. I had planned to discuss the details of the agreement, but apparently, your crown ruler decided to have me captured instead. Let me just say, while your guards are plenty strong, having to listen to their chatter this entire time has been a form of torture on its own. What? What did I say that got you worked up all of a sudden? Who have I spoken to? What do you mean? Who have I spoken to in general, or in the past month? Who have I spoken to in Losoria? What? You want to know everyone who I've spoken to from your kingdom ever? The guards? As in the ones making sure I can't escape from this wretched room? The ones that taunt me for being stupid enough to get caught. Why would I talk to the guards? About our past? You're worried I told them, aren't you? You're scared. You're scared I told all the people of Losoria about how their beloved ruler and executioner, the infamous twice-dead crown and Bright Blade of Losoria, used to be a mercenary. Worse yet, how they used to be a wayward, who were aligned with the leader of the enemy kingdom. None of them know, do they? No other soul in this kingdom even has the slightest idea that you, your beloved sovereign, and I were once wandering blades together, that we were bound together by a blood oath. None of them know, do they? Except that same arrogant sovereign. These people just assumed you were wandering heroes, maybe even part of their own army, who overthrew their former tyrant and nobly rose up to fill their place. Bullshit. If your past is no source of shame, then why are you so worried about people finding out? What? Nothing to say to that? Cat got your tongue? Or is it that you know I'm right? Oh, I know that you're loyal to Losoria over the oaths you made with the Waywards and myself. But your people don't know that, do they? They don't know that you broke all your oaths for this kingdom and the twice-dead crown. Hell, they probably don't even know about the Waywards disbanding. If anything, I bet if they found out who you both really were, they'd think you're planning to take down the kingdom from the inside. Imagine that. As a wayward, you protected Losoria's people from the corrupt crown. But now, as a right hand of the ruler, you'd both be killed should your people ever find out that you were part of the same band of mercenaries. How ironic. No good deed ever goes unpunished, as the saying goes. Perhaps it's karma, then, for what you've done to me. Yes. I remember once we were friends. And that was a long time ago. May as well be several lifetimes apart from where we stand now. I chose my path, and you chose the one to oppose mine. And now it's come to this. I'd say we're both far from friends now. Rather, I'd say we were enemies. You broke your vow and turned your back on me. I don't see how we could be anything besides enemies. I don't mean your oath to the Waywards. I couldn't care less about what we pledged in their name. They've been dissolved for years now. None of us are bound to them anymore. I was talking about our oath. Our vow to always stay beside each other. You told me that you'd never leave my side. For years you told me that. And yet, the very moment the Twice Dead and I chose our different paths after disbanding, you chose to join them. You didn't even hesitate. So, why not me? I asked why you didn't choose me. It's the question I've been wanting to ask ever since you turned your back on me. And I ask myself that every morning. Why you chose them over me. After everything, you left at their side rather than mine. I just want to know why. I can't go on without knowing. There has to be a reason. And I need to know it. You trusted them over me? After all of it? After everything? You trusted them more? Reckless? I've always been reckless. You know that. I thought maybe it was something you liked about me. I thought you found it charming. Why not? Why can't a ruler be both benevolent and reckless? It can't be impossible. My people don't think so. I've been good to them. They've lived good lives under my rule. Hells, they've even thrived with me as head of Concurious. I'd never put my people's lives in danger. I've only done my best to keep them safe. Of course I have. Everything I've done is to keep them safe. I protect the people I care about. I always protected you, didn't I? Yes. Protecting you was something I was honored to do, even if you didn't need it. I'd still protect you if I could. Why? Because I still care about you. Wait. No, I didn't mean that. Yes. I said I still care about you. Why do you think I care about you? I've always cared about you. I've always had feelings for you. I've never left. I mean, I've always felt a certain way for you. I have since all those years ago. How could you possibly not know what I mean? I should think, given the truth potion, you'd be able to figure it out. You have a clever enough mind to understand tangled words. Surely you should at least have a clue. Think then, Bright Blade. What drives us humans? What tempts us from beyond our grasp? What keeps us reaching out and grabbing for what we can't have? What sent millions to war and caused a spill of blood and loss of life? What makes the heart race and mind wander? What makes us who we are? Suppose I can't blame you, can I? It's not as if you have any reason to suspect I have such emotions towards you. I don't know why it pains me that you can't see it. It's love. I love you. I adore you to the point that it hurts me to the core of my existence. My heart burns at each and every passing thought of you. My ears ring with the sound of your voice, even in my nightmares. Worse yet, in my dreams. The way your name is carved into my tongue, it haunts me. And each time I speak of you, it feels as if the wounds reopen, deeper than before. My body and mind are a combined force in their love for you, and I only can fall beneath their strength. You're the sole purpose who's in possession of my heart, and there's no chance in reclaiming it. My heart is yours. It has been since the moment our hearts became intertwined. I doubt that anyone, myself included, could ever pull it free. I love you as metal loves the flame. No matter how cold I may be, you can melt me and burn me down until I'm neither sword nor crown. But despite the power that you have over me, I love you still. Nothing to say. No response to the painful secret that I've held so close to my chest for years now? That makes sense, I suppose. After all, how could you have known? It's been years. How could you possibly have known that when I begged you to join me, to stay at my side, and that it wasn't just for your skill? It was never for your blade, nor for your axe or arrow. It was for your mind, soul, and heart. Did you never truly realize that? Of course not. I was a fool to think so. Leave me. Your torture's been successful. You've weakened my mind and heart. I'll talk, but not to you. Send another in your place. More than one if you feel it necessary. The potion still has its hold, so send them in before it expires. I'll tell them whatever they wish. can still feel your eyes on me. I'll say it again. Leave. It's not as if I can hide anything anymore. And there's no reason to. I'll tell them everything. Notable meanings or tangled words. They'll receive the truth. And they'll receive it in whole. Please. Just leave me. Please. My heart can't take this anymore. It's too much. It's too much with you looking at me like that. Just... please. I beg you. Anyone else. Send anyone else.